Sup, Sheridan? I'm Matt Coffin.
And I'm Chelsea Osu.
Coming up on today's show, we have a visit from a four-legged professional, and I'll take you to an amazing light exhibit in the Distillery District.
We'll also have highlights of the Drag and Dine event, and Kevin Sackdallen sits down with Dwayne Watson to talk NBA TV. But first, we're going to the Taylor live at the Davis campus for an event put on by Sheridan's Indigenous Center. Taylor?
Thanks, Chelsea. For 3 years, the Center has been supporting Sheridan's Indigenous community through events like this, and they plan to do even more.
So we now have an Indigenous Support Service Center for our students. First Nation, Métis, and Inuit, status or non-status.
We're really hoping to expand space-wise to support all the needs of our students. And we would love to incorporate more cultural events and cultural workshops for the students. So we do have a drum making workshop, moccasin making workshop. Our elder, Bertha, she does a lot of beading with the students. So I would really love to maybe expand on the cultural workshops that we can provide to students and staff and faculty.
The 60s scoop and the horrors of residential school have left Canada's Indigenous community scarred. Staff at the Center say that their students are vulnerable because they have become disconnected from their heritage.
Lots of communities, not just Indigenous communities, but lots of communities who are struggling with suicide. But we know ours is connected to that intergenerational trauma, and we know we are underfunded to be able to support students and to support kids, let alone adults and families. Students can reach out to community or to counselors here at the college. They are often connected with resources in the community. Sheridan and Oakville does not have Indigenous resources specific for Indigenous health and healing counselors. So we have brought in a healing counselor of our own into the community for the students to meet with so far on a once-a-week basis, and she's been fully booked every day that she's been here. This week we have an event going on at Sheridan College in support of the Oneida Circle and Jules' cause. So Jules Montour was a 12-year-old, a young Haudenosaunee girl from Six Nations who at 12 years old took her life, and we lost her to suicide. We're still working, the Oneida Circle is an organization working to make sure we keep Jules' memory alive.
Now let's go back to Davis campus where Bella Criscala has more on the Jules Cause event happening today. Bella?
I'm here at the Davis campus where the Oneida Circle is hosting an initiative in support of the Pink Shirt Day. Joining us to talk about this is Donna Keel.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for having us. So, do you mind telling us a little bit about this initiative and the meaning behind it?
Sure. Oneida Circle is a Indigenous youth program that is against anti-bullying, bullying, and support of suicide awareness.
And why is this so important for you guys to get across all campuses?
Well, being a survivor of bullying myself, I know the repercussions of what it does and what it can cause, and it supports the initiative of the suicide awareness and getting the bullying to stop. It affects the mental well-being of our kids.
And what would you like students to walk away from this when they visit your booths or in your initiative?
To feel the empowerment that they have had a voice and made a stand against bullying.
And where are we going to find you guys in the other campuses?
So on Friday we're going to be at Square One campus from 11 till 3, and actually on Wednesday the 22nd on National Pink Shirt Day we'll be at the Trafalgar campus 11 till 3.
Perfect. And that's everything from the Davis campus. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Bella. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere.
And when we come back, we have news you need to know and a cute puppy.
Good luck.
is tell me about the organization. Since the middle of December, so Keller, sit.
Gotcha. So then I'll pretty much say because, like, how do you find money? Oh, perfect. Yeah, so we'll have two. Welcome back to Sheridan, at Supsheridan. I'm here with Sarah Miller, and with us is today
This is Keller, and Matt Keller is a 2-year-old yellow lab, and she's a seizure response dog guide with us.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're part of the Lions Foundation of Canada Dog Guides. Can you tell us a little about that today?
Well, Lions Foundation Dog Guides is a not-for-profit organization. We run coast to coast across Canada. It is a charitable organization, so our primary objective really is to assist Canadians with physical and medical disabilities by providing them with a dog guide.
That's great. And you're saying Keller is?
Yeah, Keller, yes.
Seizure.
She's a seizure response dog guide, so she helps those with epilepsy.
Oh, that's really great. Are there other types of like these?
Yeah, we have 6 programs in total, and so there's the diabetic alert dog guides, canine vision, hearing ear, service dogs, and seizure response, and the autism awareness.
Oh, so that's awesome. I didn't know there were so many.
I know, 6 programs with our foundation, so there are a lot for sure.
And I understand that this is a non-government funded organization.
We are not funded by the government.
So you do have to raise your own money.
Yeah, and our fundraising endeavors actually kick off with the Pet Value Walk for Dog Guides. And we have a big one coming up in Oakville on Saturday, May 28th. And these walks run, again, across Canada, 240 different communities plus. It's growing. Wow. And there's lots of information on that program, that fundraising endeavor at walkfordogguides.com.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely, I may have to take a look at that.
It's a great walk.
And sorry, when that was in April, you said?
They kick off in May, towards the end of May, but because they run coast to coast, there are different walks on different days, and sometimes they even extend into the fall season. But for the most part, the big kickoff is Friday, May 26th in High Park, so in Toronto, and then Saturday the 28th in Oakville. Yeah,
awesome.
A couple of big ones.
Said that'll be our summer, so I know a lot of students will be going home, and I'm sure they're going to want to participate in these dog walks, see a lot of cute puppies out there.
Absolutely.
And is there any way that people can get involved if they're not in the training programs like you are, helping taking care of these dogs?
Yeah, we have lots of volunteer positions that are listed on our website, and that address is dogguides.com, so they're there. But, again, for the walk, there are always plenty of things to do, and we need all hands on deck, really.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, definitely, hopefully get some volunteers. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, Matt, for having us.
Not a problem.
The European Union's Parliament approved a massive free trade agreement with Canada today. 98% of import duties and tariffs on all goods will be removed, creating an open market across the Atlantic. A joint Canada-EU study concluded that the trade agreement could boost Canadian economy by $12 billion annually. Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer is demanding that Attorney General Jeff Sessions remove himself from any investigation into resigned National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Schumer cited a Department of Justice regulation that prohibits conflicts of interest. Sessions and Flynn both served as the senior advisors to Donald Trump during his campaign. Flynn stepped down late Monday for
that General Flynn misled the vice president and let General Flynn stay on the job. They knew for weeks that his discussion about sanctions with the Russian government could potentially compromise our national security.
My concern is also that with now no national security advisor and the turmoil within the administration makes it very difficult for us to exercise responsibilities as to defend the nation.
Flynn stepped down late Monday for discussing American economic sanctions with Russia's ambassador to the U.S. before the U.S. election, and what he describes as inadvertently misleading Vice President Mike Pence about the conversation. A Vietnamese woman was arrested in relation to the death of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un's half-brother. 28-year-old Don Thi Hon was detained at Malaysian Kuala Lumpur Airport, the same place Kim Jong-nam was attacked. It's believed that he was poisoned, but investigators are waiting for an autopsy report. Police say they're also looking for additional foreign suspects. A crucial glacier in Antarctica is breaking from inside out faster than scientists would like. The Pine Island Glacier covers over 225 square miles, and if it continues to melt at this rate, then it will significantly contribute to the already rising sea levels. The glacier lost large pieces in 2014 and 15 and has now dropped yet another big chunk into the water. One person is dead and 89,000 homes are left without power as a result of a New Zealand fire. 15 helicopters and 120 firefighters are on the scene today after a state of emergency was declared in the town of Christchurch and Selwyn. More than 400 households have been evacuated and at least 8 were destroyed. The fire is still ongoing and officials have now issued a health warning because of the smoke. This just in, Peel Regional Police have arrested 4 people in relation to a bank robbery in Dixie and Road and Mayorside Drive area in Mississauga. Investigators say a weapon was used in the robbery committed by 4 men around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Police pulled over a vehicle shortly after and arrested 2 men. 2 others were arrested a short time later. The Canadian Border Services Agency seized 7 kilograms of cocaine from a food trolley on a plane at Pearson. Border Security found 7 brick-shaped packages that contained white powder wrapped in plastic. Officers have not laid any charges. A man handed a note to a teller at a bank in the Jane and Finch area, demanding money. When the teller refused, the robber demanded his hold-up note back. Police are searching for the suspect. The 6'6" man is around 25 to 30 years old, has a thin build and gold grills on his upper teeth. Poverty is a huge issue in cities such as Brampton, Mississauga, and Caledon, where over 200,000 people are struggling to find housing. The Sheridan Student Union is asking you to help fight poverty by participating in the Longest Night Challenge by spending an entire night in your car. The event will run for 24 hours starting February 17th at 11 a.m. In San Francisco, a giant pillow fight marked an annual Valentine's Day tradition. Hundreds of people participated in the event where a free-for-all of strangers playfully smacked each other around with pillows. Looks like a lot of fun, but the cleanup will cost approximately $5,000. That tab will be picked up by the city. Australian SeaWorld welcomed 2 new king penguins into the world today, and the new theme park reports that more baby penguins are on the way. The babies will spend most of their time in a separate enclosure, being kept warm by their parents, and will eventually be introduced to the public. The little ones sport a dark brown coat for 4 months until they shed and have their distinctive black and yellow colors. That's all the top stories for today. Let's head back to Matt and Chelsea in the studio.
We're going to take another short break, but when we come back, we have your entertainment news.
And Kevin has your updates from the world of sports. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Kat.
And I'm Kenisha, and we were behind the scenes on Supsheridan.
So for the show, I'm the switcher. So pretty much I go and I sit at this huge control board and I press a button so everybody can see like what is going on our show. So every camera and every video that you see, I'm the one who takes that, puts it up there.
And this week I'm audio assistant, so basically the sound control is all our doing, and we basically make sure the mics are checked properly, volumes are right.
What I like working about in a newsroom is that it's there's a lot of pressure, and I like working under pressure. And just the fact that everybody needs to work together in order to be able to get the show out properly, you really start to connect with people, and when something goes really well, you can all feel good together about it.
I agree with what she said, as well as the fast pace. Like, I love how everything just goes by so quickly, and that we work together to make sure that it gets out as fast as possible.
So one weird fact about me is that I work about 4 different jobs at the college, so I'm very tired all the time.
Okay, and one interesting fact about me is that I started a YouTube channel. Check it out, Kenisha's Life. That's the channel name. Go find it. So that's what happens here behind the scenes at Supsheridan.
Make sure to tune in every Wednesdays at 3 o'clock for our show.
That was a look behind the scenes here in our studio.
Let's head over to Jessica with our entertainment news.
Thanks, Chelsea, but before we take a look at the biggest stars, I got to experience a truly unique night at Sheridan's own drag show. Let's take a look.
The Trafalgar campus. The event was an interactive dinner theater where audience got to come on stage and participate. The event was hosted by well-known Canadian drag queen, Vicky Licks.
But it's really like, it pumps everybody up. Everybody's like wants to get on stage. They want to support each other. And that's what we need. Like I think that's one of the most important things about college is that you need to be able to support the other people around you, right? So
there was so much spirit. There was so much energy, and like everyone just wanted to boost up everyone else.
There was a competition for best lip sync performance. Drag queen Veronica Venosa, who will be studying criminology at Sheridan this spring, won the event and walked away with a Visa gift card.
Well, how did you first start getting into drag?
I decided to do it one day for Halloween this year. Like, I had done it before, but never like to this level. Yeah, it felt really good. It was good, exciting.
If you were to give me a drag makeover, what would you do?
Oh, okay. I would say light blue lips.
Okay.
Glittery gold makeup.
I love a nice cat eye.
Okay.
Don't we love a cat eye?
We love a cat eye.
I love an Amy Winehouse cat eye.
Yeah.
I want big, and I would tease her hair right up too.
Nails, obviously.
Yeah, I got some nails going. Are they not long enough?
Definitely not.
No. Okay.
The dinner and a drag show was a huge success. They played to a sold-out crowd, and hopefully it will become a regular event.
Nick Cannon says he doesn't see himself returning to America's Got Talent's 12th season after being told that NBC believed a joke he made on his Showtime comedy special was disparaging to their brand. The comedian made a joke where he replaced the N in NBC with the N-word. Cannon apologized to fans of the show, but didn't understand why NBC found his remarks offensive. Not even a full week after the sequel release, there are talks of John Wick prequel TV series. Chad Stahelski, the director of the movie and its star Keanu Reeves, say the Lionsgate are interested in a prequel to the action thriller. In fact, a prequel story has already been written by the team behind John Wick. However, according to the writers, a definitive beginning, middle, and end for the movie series already exists, and the prequel would not make sense for the film series. After 2 roles as Batman and an upcoming third in Justice League this November, Ben Affleck is done playing the Caped Crusader. According to director John Campea, 3 people connected to the Warner Brothers have said Affleck wants out of the Batman series. That's all for your entertainment updates today. Now off to Kevin with a look at sports.
Thanks, Jessica. I'm Kevin Sackdallen, and here's what's going on in the world of sports. Help is finally on its way to Toronto as the Raptors have acquired Orlando Magic power forward Serge Ibaka in exchange for Terrence Ross and a first-round draft pick. I went down to NBA TV Canada studio to speak to TSN radio host and producer of The Hangout, Dwayne Watson, on the upcoming All-Star Weekend and what he thinks Ibaka brings to this Raptors squad.
I think he brings defense. He can stretch the floor with a 3-ball. I don't think you have to pay him too much money next year as a free agent. I think he makes sense. And if you can give him up for as little as Terrence Ross and a draft pick, I think you make that deal.
The All-Star event's coming up this weekend. Aaron Gordon is looked at as the favorite for the dunk contest.
Without question, of course.
Yeah, for sure. But who do you think is the dark horse? We have DeAndre, we have Glenn Robinson, we also have Derrick Jones. Who do you think is a dark horse?
Well, I'm hearing Derrick Jones is a guy, I mean, I can't speak on him for his basketball game, whatever, but from his dunking standpoint, I mean, like his YouTube stuff, he's a member of Team Flight Brothers.
Yeah,
he's kind of guy that you're not expecting. I like the fact that the dunk contest has got people coming out of nowhere the last little while, but if Aaron Gordon's in it, I mean, it's going to be tough to be beating him, but you never know without like Zach LaVine pushing him to greater heights.
A couple of the guys from the Raptors are going to be at All-Star Weekend, or Kyle and DeMar, but the Raptors haven't been playing well lately. Why do you think?
Really? I haven't noticed.
So they're 10-13 since the new year. Why do you think they've been struggling so much?
I think a lot of problems. I think defense has been a problem all season. I think their offense was really, really good at the beginning of the season, and now the offense is kind of falling off a bit. That the defense is being really glaring.
Unfortunately for the Raptors, Ibaka was not in the lineup last night against the Chicago Bulls. Despite outscoring the Bulls in the second half, the Raptors' comeback fell short, losing 105-94. This marks the Raptors' third loss in a row and their 11th straight to the Bulls. Doug McDermott led the charge for Chicago, dropping 20 points off the bench. All-star Jimmy Butler also pitched in with 19 points. Leading the game in scoring was Kyle Lowry, who finished with 22 points. The Raptors are back at home tonight against Kemba Walker and the Charlotte Hornets. This will be the Raps' last game before the All-Star break. It was an all bad for Toronto teams as the Leafs blew out the New York Islanders 7-1 at the ACC. Rookie sensation Austin Matthews found the back of the net twice, putting him first in goals amongst rookies with 27 in the year. The Islanders' lone goal came from forward Jason Chimera, who tallied the 14th of the year. The Leafs are holding on to the final wildcard spot, 2 points ahead of the Philadelphia Flyers. The Buds are in Columbus to take on the Blue Jackets in their second of a back-to-back tonight. The Sheridan men's volleyball team are off to the playoffs with a clutch win over Conestoga over the weekend. Parvier Jaj led the Bruins with 13 kills in the match. The women's volleyball team won in straight sets but fell short of a playoff berth. They finished their season off with an 8-10 record. The men's basketball team kept their undefeated record alive with back-to-back wins over Sioux College by an average margin of over 44 points. The Lady Bruins also walked away with 2 wins over the weekend, marking their first win streak of the season. Both teams will cap off the regular season this weekend with road games against Lambton and St. Clair. That's all the sports I have for you today. After the break, we'll give you the 5-day forecast and things get lit with Matt Coffin's coverage of the Toronto Light Festival.
Yeah.
Supsheridan, my name is Austin and I'm in Bachelor of Film and Television. Here's your weather. Sunny skies for the week ahead. Today we're expecting a high of 0 degrees with a low of -7. There's a few flurries today, but the snow shouldn't be sticking around, so make sure you have your jacket. Low temperatures for this week with -2 on Thursday and 1 on Friday. We get to enjoy a long weekend with highs of 10 and 11 on Saturday and Sunday. Family Day is looking to be alright with temperatures around 7 degrees. That weather carries on past the long weekend with more sun and a high of 6 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm Austin McDonald, and that's the weather you need to know.
Hey Sheridan, did you bomb this Valentine's Day and need a way to recover? Well, I head to the Toronto Festival of Lights to check it out.
Already one of Toronto's go-to destinations, the Distillery District has something different that may brighten up these winter nights. From January 27th until March 12th, the Toronto Light Festival showcases the creativity of local and international artists in hopes to distract visitors from the cold. Light art is a distinct and unique form of art that manipulates light. Whether it be a sculpture producing light or light creating a sculpture, light, colors, and shadows are manipulated to bring you a new experience when you head down to Old Toronto. And the best part about the Toronto Light Festival? It's completely free.
Some unusual weather in Turkey, where they're getting a lot of snow. While some residents might not be enjoying it, a few four-legged friends are loving it. Camels frolicking in the snow. Yeah, you heard right. Camels. Must be a nice change from the hot sand. Enjoy the snow, guys, and if you want some more, we have plenty to share up here.
From Turkey and camels, we go to Dallas, Texas for this next story. A Twitter user found his little sister's bucket list and shared it with all of his followers. The post blew up because of wishes like sleeping for 24 hours and eating a hammerhead shark, snake, and bear. The girl's brother tweeted the list out with the intention of having a laugh with friends and family, but it's received over 22,000 likes and more than 9,000 retweets.
Not gonna lie, my bucket list, it's getting pretty big.
I feel like sleeping for 24 hours would be fun. That's something I would do.
It's like, you know, you got running with the bulls, sleeping. Not gonna lie, I wanna do like one of those cheers type of things. You can walk into the bar and say the usual, and you get your pint and a pound of wings.
That's a lot of food.
Not gonna lie, that may already be checked off my bucket list. I got a local pub around the corner from my house.
That's impressive.
I may know the owner. Shh.
That's impressive.
So you got anything on yours, or?
Probably skydiving. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm afraid of heights, so I feel like that would get me over my fear of heights.
It's like you're kind of like two birds, one stone.
Exactly.
Nice.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's like, I know, like I want to do the edge walk, but it's too high. I'm fine in an airplane, but other than that, then,
but imagine the experience.
Yeah, we'll have to, maybe one day. Well, Sheridan, that's all the time we have for today.
I'm Chelsea Osu, and from all of us here at the studio, have a fantastic day.